Been in existence, I believe, for almost 20 years and gives access not only to the press, but to ordinary citizens and activists to find out the rest of the story. We have a few groups here today who are protesting this lack of transparency and more to come. And I would like to introduce Christine, Rebecca, and Brian, and let us hear from you as to what your problems are with this as you see it, what you think if there's anything positive out of it, and what you see the downside of it to can be, and what can we do about it. And we'll start with you, Rebecca. Tell people who you are and what organization you represent.
My name's Rebecca Given. I'm a faculty member at Rutgers in New Brunswick, and I'm the General Vice President of Rutgers AUP-AFT, which is the full-time faculty and grad worker union. And we're here because this bill is being rammed through under cover of darkness in order to increase secrecy in the state. It's being put forward in order to protect public records from the public. These are records that belong to the public. We should be able to understand what the police are doing, what public agencies are doing, what economic development authorities are doing. And they're rushing this bill through. It goes way too far, and they're doing it quickly, and they're trying to do it under cover of darkness. And we think Assemblyman Danielsen, as the lead sponsor, should know better. He should be committed to democracy. This is a time when everybody's saying democracy's on the ballot, and he's supporting less democracy rather than more.
Well, when you say it's being fast-tracked, I understand that it was first introduced to be furthered by the legislature, not just this week, and that Monday morning it's set to go before the legislature for discussion.
That's right. It was just introduced a couple days ago after discussing a previous version of the bill and not taking any of the feedback that concerned citizens and groups gave. They've fast-tracked it. They've put it in two committees at the same time to try to divide and dilute those who will have opinions and want to testify, and they're trying to ram it through.
Okay, that's the overview of what it will do. What specifically that you know about are they saying they're going to change in order to affect this transparency?
They're going to protect many records so that public agencies will no longer have to release them on request. They're going to make it harder to make a request by being very, very narrow in how they define the request has to be made on specific forms, using the correct wording, otherwise they can deny the request. They're also making it so that if you sue the public agency and win because they have not complied with OPRA, you won't necessarily get the legal fees back. So that's a huge deterrent. Many huge scandals have been uncovered because of that possibility of suing and recovering legal fees, and they're trying to cut that out completely.
What would you change?
All of it. I think the bill needs to go. It goes too far. It needs to slow down. They need to take citizens' concerns and community organizations' concerns seriously, and there's no reason to rush this.
I understand that requests have been invited to the public from Paul Sarno as well as Joe Danielsen. Has that been successful as far as you're concerned?
No, they've shown no interest in taking our concerns seriously or slowing down the bill or engaging in a true deliberative process. We hope they'll change their mind. We invite them to do so. We think that their party is running this year on saving democracy, and we think this is a crucial part of democracy.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. And we're talking about Bill S2930, and it is up for consideration Monday morning, so there's a lot of chatter that's going to go on between now and then. Okay, Christine, tell us about who you are, who you represent, and what your thoughts on this are.
My name is Christine O'Connell. I am the president of the Union of Rutgers Administrators. So we represent over 2,500 staff members at Rutgers. Our position is that this bill is not a good bill for anyone. Anyone who lives in the state of New Jersey, restricting sunshine and transparency on public records is not conducive to operations and fiscal transparency across the state of New Jersey, and this is harmful to those who don't even realize it harms them.
Well, we have over 25 people here who are getting a lot of street response. Every car that goes by is honking in support of what's going on here. Realistically, What can this accomplish? Yes, we are opening up the transparency of this happening, but what can ultimately the average citizen or the head of these committees and organizations actually affect in terms of changing this?
So we have asked our members to contact our legislators, right? We represent members throughout the entire state of New Jersey in all 21 counties. If this was to come out of committee on Monday, as it is being fast-tracked and bullied through, we are requesting all our members to contact their local legislators and vote no, because we believe that there is no reason to rush this through. If there is OPRA reconsideration that needs to be done, if there is limitations and restrictions that needs to be done, it should be an open public dialogue and a conversation where everybody has an opportunity to bring forward their opinion. Right? This is exactly contrary to OPRA. Making decisions and dropping bills and expecting passage within 2 weeks is exactly what OPRA prevents from happening, right? These backroom deals should not be done.
All right, this is the antithesis of the original intent of Open Public Records Act. Now, when you say you're inviting people to participate, how does one actually participate? John Q. Citizen says, I don't want this to happen. What can John Q. Citizen do to voice his, or Mrs. John Q. Citizen, to voice his or her protest to this? Where can they call? Where can they put an online statement? Where can they go? What can be done?
So they can go to njledge.org and seek their own local legislator. And when you click on your own local legislator, you will open up to an email, and you can email your own legislators and inform them that this is coming, and your feelings on, as a constituent, your opposition to said bill, both in the Senate and the Assembly.
Okay, please repeat that contact information again.
Is njledge.org.
LEG.org. Okay, I gotta learn how to spell. Shame on me. Okay.
Apologies.
Great, thank you, Christine. And next we have Brian. Brian, tell us who you are in the scheme of all of this, and what are your thoughts?
Hi, I'm Brian Sachs. I'm the president of the Rutgers Adjuncts Union. Represent almost 3,000 teachers at Rutgers. And we're here, as Becky and Christine said, because we also feel like this bill is being rushed, and it's being rushed through under cover of darkness. We understand that there's a balance of interests here that have to be maintained. Of course you want transparency as members of the public, but the public also has an interest in the maintenance of security, maintaining of security, and of privacy. We understand that. But this bill, we feel like, goes way too far. It appears to be trying to roll back some of those protections you spoke about earlier that are 20 years, right, in their existence, and which are crucial. They're crucial for uncovering things like, for instance, the scandal in the Rutgers athletic department that broke a couple of years ago. It's crucial for union members at Rutgers and other universities, and any really public employees that negotiate contracts. It's crucial for them to be able to ask for records that they ought to have and be able to make their contract proposals on the basis of. And of course, it's critical for all sorts of other stakeholders, right? Members of the public, as you mentioned, at large, right? Who may be interested in development happening in their municipality, to journalists, to researchers at universities and not, to nonprofits of all kinds. And so this is moving way too fast, and it's going too far. That's why we're out here today.
No, we understand that. What do you think the motivation is behind this existing in its current situation, and the fact of the speed of its movement? What do you think that motivation is?
I think that is a great question for people to ask Assemblyman Danielsen and Mr. Sarlo. I'd like to hear what they say. I mean, the question, as I would put it, is who exactly are the constituents? What is the constituency for less transparency? Now, I do understand that there may be some commercial interests who are concerned about abuses of OPRA with respect to kinds of requests that data brokers and others, third parties, make for their own commercial purposes. If that's the case, then far more precise and surgical edits, changes to the act could be done. That's not what this is. These are wholesale changes. These are things that would eliminate the ability or make it very much harder for people to retrieve email logs, call logs. It would disincentivize, as you heard Becky say, lawyers from taking cases like this because they wouldn't be sure that they could be paid. This goes way too far. It's not that kind of just like surgical or strategic tinkering with a bill.
So what do you think can be done to alter this alteration? Is there something that the ordinary citizen, and I don't mean to constitute you and your fellow advocates as being ordinary, because you're taking the opportunity and you're being responsible to challenge this lack of transparency. And it's important to all of us to look at all sides of this. Therein lies our own responsibility to be transparent. So what can people actually do, and what do you expect from Assemblyman Joe Danielsen, since he is our backyard representative in the Assembly?
To the question of what people can do, I think Christine laid it out best. Go to njledge.org, find your representative, your member, your assembly person, your senator, and tell them what you think. Participate in that fashion. Let them know what you think about this effort to create less transparency, not more. What I would like Assemblyman Danielsen to do is to pull the bill and to engage in dialogue with the many stakeholders here who are telling him, and we had an opportunity to tell him this just yesterday, that are telling him this is moving too quickly, we're concerned about the scope of the bill, and you need to listen to us about this because we're serious about this.
So that's your war cry. Assemblyman Danielsen, pull the bill. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Pull the bill.
Pull the bill. Okay, so we are asking, not we, but all of ye are asking for that to occur. And therefore, I am assuming, and I shouldn't assume, that you are asking the public to assume that war cry.
Absolutely.
Assemblyman Danielsen, pull the bill.
Pull the bill.
Pull the bill.
Pull the bill, right? Pull the bill.
Pull the bill.
Pull the bill.
Pull the bill.
Okay, Franklin, this is just the beginning. Is there going to be another protest between now and Monday?
Monday we are heading
The
to
next one will be
Trenton.
Monday. We'll be in Trenton.
Monday we'll be in Trenton to fight this bill in committee.
What time?
Don't quote me. I believe 1 o'clock. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. is when this is going before the legislature for its discussion.
We'll be there at 9:30.
Okay, so there you have it, Franklin Township. This is a protest against the lack of transparency that is apparently going to occur with the revisions that are slated to happen for the Open Public Records Act. So we're going to ask you to follow the leads. We're not going to ask you. We're going to ask you to listen to these people, hear what they're saying, do what your heart tells you to do, and we will be following up on the rest of the story as soon as we have more to follow up on. So we thank you for tuning in. PJ Parker, Franklin reporter and advocate, and you know we'll be back.